last time we looked at the Micromaster set. And as you know, I love Micromasters, so those were automatically a definite good, in my opinion. But now we're looking at encounter number 4, that being the Dominus Criminal Pursuit. Now, Dominus isn't really a planet we're too known about. From what I hear in like the TF Wiki and fans talking about that, Dominus is supposed to be the planet master where all the headmasters come from, but they use Dominus as in like Dominus Ambus and all those IDW characters, so I don't really know what they're doing. And then the characters they come with don't even really make sense. So today we'll be looking at the Earthrise, Barricade, and Punch and Counter Punch. And here we have the Dominus Criminal Pursuit in the packaging, and like the other ones, select style packaging, and I'm not really sure what this base logo thing is supposed to represent this time. Leave your ideas in the comments, I guess. And when opening it, you do get the map as normal, and you get your 2 figures. So yeah. Here we have Barricade and Punch Counter Punch in their robot mode, vehicle modes. And they look very nice, so I'm taking off all the accessories for now. I will go over those in robot mode, since none of these guys have weapon swords, which is kind of lame, but it's whatever. So, to keep it brief, Punch Counter Punch, we got him in the Power of the Primes, and he was also an Amazon exclusive, so yeah. I did like the original version. I still have it. I'll do the comparisons in the final, like, size comparisons with that, but yeah. Looks very, very weird. I was about to say nice, but I feel like it's going a little too nice on this figure, because the color scheme on this is very weird. I mean, the planet is supposed to be Planet Master, so people assume that this was meant to be homaging Nightbeat, and that also makes sense since Nightbeat is like a detective. But, you know, it doesn't look bad, I will say. It's a different color scheme. You know, we get different color schemes with everyone. Look at Bumblebee, look at Ratchet, look at everyone like that. So it's okay to get a slightly different tone for Punch Counter Punch. Now, as for Barricade, Barricade looks very nice. Again, with the Prowl mold, it would be nice if these had covers, but who the hell cares? And this is actually the first time I'm reviewing this mold, because this is considered the smokescreen mold, and it looks very nice. It shares a lot of similarities to Prowl, but do have the siren piece that Prowl came with, and a matte finish on the hood of the car, which is, I'm not sure how to feel about it. I would have just preferred a normal shiny plastic, because if I scraped my nail on it, you'll see that line forever. But yeah, that's about it for the vehicle mode. It's pretty nice. Let's go to the robot modes. Oh hey, didn't see you there. I have a Discord server. You know, if you post a song request and it's copyright free and I use it in a video, you'll get a shout out. So I highly recommend you do that. The link is right up here and in the description. Go check it out. And here we have the 2 in their robot modes, and let's start with Barricade first. So Barricade, let's bring out his accessories. He comes with his 2 shoulder guns, like smokescreen, and a very nice golden gun. Now, some people aren't really a fan of the color scheme too much. They would have preferred either more gold or more black on him, but I think this is fine. Since we had the Siege version, it's nice to see that this is like very similar to that, But my biggest complaint is that we didn't get a new head sculpt. Now, how I personally feel is the Siege one came out first, then Smokescreen, and that head sculpt looked too aggressive on Smokescreen. But now having a Smokescreen come out first and then a Barricade, we have this like very smooth-faced Barricade that looks a bit softer, you know? So I'm not really sure about how I feel about that. Like, it would have been nice to have a more aggressive head sculpt, like the Siege one. But this is fine. Yeah. I do really like this figure, but then the matte freaking finish. It looks nice, I will say. But gets messed up very easily, and let's also talk about this. So, both Prowl and all the other Datsun molds have this cover. This is lame. I mean, like just covering it up with a single flap, like, that's not going to make a difference. And then this looks a little bit awkward, but it does give extra stability. And yeah, that's about it. I mean, I would give a word of caution for this hinge right here since it's made out of clear plastic. But yeah, for posability, he could look left and right, up and a little bit down. He can T-pose. If you want to unhinge that to get more coverage, you can. He has a swivel here, elbow, and a swivel at the wrist, and a swivel at the waist. He can do the splits. He can kick forward and backwards. Not really backwards, but it's because of that. Swivel here, knee, and a good pivot. And yeah, this figure is missing some paint apps, like on the backlights and that, and could have even painted that. But again, this is fine. I do wish that I could have gotten more with this, and if I really, really wanted to, I could have painted this. But again, third time, it's fine. You know, like, I'm not really expecting much from this. Now, what I was expecting more from is this. Now, I'll be honest, having this guy now really makes you look at the standards of today. Like, look at things like the Siege Seekers or the Barricade even. The transformation and posability is so great. The integration of parts is so great, but then you see this mess. Like, all of the car hood folds up into the leg. While being cool, you know, it's kind of like cheating, you know? So, like, this is a fine figure, but, like, with today's standards, it's not as good. Like, for example, let's go to the posability real quick. Can look left and right, cannot even T-pose, can punch forward. I mean, yeah, this is the closest to T-posing you can get. Swivel here, elbow, nothing at the waist, nothing at the wrist, nothing at the waist. Can't do a full split. Can kick forward and kind of back, a knee, and that's it. Compared to something like Barricade and even a weaker figure like Siege Ape Face, like, this figure is very, very old. And, you know, a figure can be updated, like, well. Like, look at the transition between Titans Return to Galvatron and the Super Megatron. Like, the way they did some integration with new parts and all that stuff was great. But this feels like a Power of the Primes figure. It feels like that Combiner Wars era, which kind of, like, contrasts opinions with the Barricade figure. Since, you know, you're getting a modern figure with all these modern posability standards, all these modern paint apps, and you're getting this weird off-colored, like, overexposed punch, counterpunch. Now, I mentioned counterpunch. Now, let's go to the transformation of that real quick. And here we have the counterpunch. And, of course, he does come with the same gun he came with in Power of the Primes. And I prefer this mode more. I feel like the shoulders come out more. The legs look better from this angle. I feel like this is the better mode in my opinion. So I personally use this figure as the counter punch on my display, since I do prefer the orange of the original figure. But, like I said, this feels like a Power of the Primes figure. So having it with a modern day Siege figure is very off to me. and it's the same posability. Can do a bit more of a T-pose because of the posability, and can kick back more, I guess. Like, I don't know. I'll get more into this in my final thoughts, but let's go to the card. Dominus Criminal Pursuit does come with this card with the logo and the planet, and with all this background information, it is a desert planet, acid rain, blizzards, Cybertronian refugees. That's similar to the Headmaster's cartoon. There we go. Bodysuits required to protect themselves from planet's harsh conditions. So that is literally the Japanese Headmaster's cartoon. So this is meant to be Headmaster, Planet Master. Don't know why they called it Dominus. Maybe, like I said, reference to IDW. But yeah, let's go to the size comparisons. For size comparisons, here we have Barricade and Counterpunch with Iron Tread, Blitzwing, Sound Barrier, Paleotrex, Dinobot, and Galaxy Upgrade Optimus Prime. And let's bring in Siege Barricade and the Power of the Primes Counterpunch. So overall, do I recommend this set? Barricade is nice. I definitely recommend him. But if you missed out on the original Counterpunch, then I recommend this set. Do I recommend this set in general just for Barricade? It's very hard to say. While I do like Barricade, he does have a little bit of problems. Counterpunch, on the other hand, definitely is a skip if you're used to today's standards. So personally, I'm okay with this. I think it's fine. But if you are looking for an excellent Barricade figure, then I'd say even go with the Siege figure or buy this guy separately. I definitely feel that this was like, not a letdown. I feel like a letdown is different because I have both of these molds, but kind of expected a bit more from this. I thought we would, like, considering this is a Planet Master character, like, themed box, I would have expected something a bit different, you know, like some Headmasters maybe, like maybe even repaint this into the, I don't know his name, that red Headmaster that kind of looks like this, like a customizer, Cluttered Desk. He made a custom with a Counterpunch, and that looks fine, you know? But having these two in hand, I am a bit happy with them. I do like my Barricade. I do like having an extra Counterpunch. So I could, if anything, make that custom. But it's up to me in the future. Hope you all enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye, guys.